Hey everyone, Dave from Bogey's Larder here. Following up with our cooking of our burnt caramel sauces, we have our passion fruit burnt caramel today. We're going to use this in a sweet application, and we're going to make passion fruit burnt caramel sugar cookies. What we're going to do is we're going to mix 13 ounces of flour, half teaspoon of baking soda, quarter teaspoon of baking powder. And let me note, I live at 6,600 feet, and you're going to need a conversion if you're at sea level, and I'll put that in the recipes when I do those. But for now, these are at my height and what altitude I'm at, so we're just going to keep it that way. We have 4 ounces of our passion fruit burnt caramel, 6 ounces of sugar, 8 ounces of butter that we just slightly melted, and 1 egg. So let's add the butter to our mixing bowl. And to that, we'll add the sugar. Now we're going to blend this with our paddle attachment. And this is going to get nice and light, pale, and it'll get nice and fluffy. Okay, so I added the passion fruit burnt caramel to our sugar and butter. And you can see it's nice and creamy and pale. And we add the caramel sauce. It gives a nice deep rich brown color. Scrape the sides of the bowl, and then we're going to add our 1 egg, and we're going to mix to incorporate that. We want that egg to be incorporated really, really well. All right, our eggs are already nice and incorporated. Once again, we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl, and now we can add our flour mix. And I also wanted to add that after we sifted it, I incorporated 2 ounces of passion fruit powder. You can find this pretty much anywhere online as an extract powder, as a supplement, but it's just going to give more of that passion fruit flavor without adding too much liquid. And then we want to mix this just till it comes together. So if there's any remaining flour, we're just going to incorporate that and fold that in. So everything's one nice consistency. Now we're going to get a scoop. And what I like to do is line a sheet pan with a Silpat and then just scoop out perfect half spheres. And I usually do 12, so 3 by 4. And you're going to put this in the refrigerator for about 45 minutes. You want it to stiffen the butter up so the cookies don't collapse. And then after that, we're going to place them in a 375-degree oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Now you can do it 2 different ways. You can undercook them so they're nice and kind of pale and chewy, or I like to sometimes cook them just a little bit over so they get a little bit of crunchiness to them. Either way, I think it makes for a delicious cookie. So after the cookies have set, what I also like to do is just push down the tops lightly so they don't have that rounded mound. And here we have my favorite type of the sugar cookie is a little bit crispy and a little bit darker. The passion fruit comes through wonderfully. It doesn't have too much sweetness, but yet it's got a lot of flavor and reminds you of home with just a little bit of a twist.